Happy Mother's Day, and as you know, my YouTube channel is heartfully dedicated to my mom. So happy Mother's Day to my mom in heaven. For this episode, I'll be cooking her favorite noodles, and that is the Pinoy-Chinese style SAUCY PANCIT CANTON. In English, we call this also as chicken chow mein, since this noodle is made of chicken and other vegetables. So let's start cooking. First step, let's try to make our chicken broth. So there are two ways of making a chicken broth, the easier way and the long way. So if you don't have time to make chicken broth, I recommend that you use this brand, Nor Chicken Cubes, which my mom also uses when she was alive. So for 5 cups of boiling water, we add 2 pieces of chicken cubes. And so we just need to dissolve this. And this is already your chicken broth if you don't have time to make the longer version. So we'll just boil this. After a few minutes, let's check our chicken broth. Okay, so the chicken cubes has already dissolved, and if you are okay with this, this is the easiest version of our chicken broth. Okay. My mom has cooked for us, her family, all her life, until one day, Alzheimer's disease took away all her recipes, but not in my heart. Sharing her simple yet delicious recipes to all. Ma, this is for you. So going back to what we're doing, we have already our finished chicken broth. This is the easiest way, but still we have more time, so I want to make this more special, my chicken broth. So I'll be adding some slices of white onions, and then I also put some star anise, black peppercorns, and some bay leaves. So there is no exact measurement to this. Then to complete our chicken broth, we will add the chicken bones. So I remove the chicken meat from the chicken bones because the chicken meat we will use later on our pancit canton or chicken chow mein. So we're just going to boil this for about 30 minutes while you're slicing your ingredients, the vegetables that we're using. So there. And I'm also going to add just 6 pugo eggs or quail eggs, and I will use this later for the toppings of our saucy pancit canton. So after 30 minutes of boiling or simmering our chicken broth, we're now ready to drain it. Okay, so this is now our very special chicken broth. So on a hot wok, I put around 3 tablespoons of cooking oil, and we're now going to stir fry our vegetables separately. So we start with our carrots. This around 2 medium size of carrots that I cut into circles and then cut them into 2. So we're going to stir fry this for around 30 seconds on high heat. So our next vegetable is the red bell pepper, 1 large red bell pepper cut into strips. Again, this is just to stir fry for at least around 10 seconds to 20 seconds on high heat, and we make sure that the vegetables are still half cooked and not fully cooked. So after a few seconds, we're now going to set aside our red bell pepper, and we still have some oil. So our next ingredient, our next vegetable is the green beans that we slice diagonally. So it's up to you how many green beans do you like, but this is around like a cup of green beans. Since we ran out of oil in the pan, we can add more oil for our next vegetable. So this time we will add some chopped cabbage. It's up to you again how many do you like. This is around a cup or two of chopped cabbage. Then after the cabbage was cooked, we now add 1 large chicken breast cut into cubes. So we're going to stir fry this for at least about a minute. And we're not going to fully cook this because later on we're going to boil this in our chicken broth. So after 60 seconds, we're now ready to set aside our chicken breast. Okay, and we're now ready to add our next ingredient. So now we're going to stir fry 1/4 kilo of chicken liver that we also slice into cubes, the same as our chicken breast. So again, this is around 60 seconds only, and we're going to set aside after this is cooked. Meanwhile, on a bowl, let's add 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and 1/2 cup of water. So we'll just mix this and set it aside. Now, let's put some water on a pan, and then we will soak this 500 grams of pancit canton or egg noodles. So we're going to soak this for only 5 minutes, and then after it we will drain it. The water is just tap water. So we now begin to cook our pancit canton. So on a hot wok or pan, we add 3 tablespoons of cooking oil, and then 1/2 bulb of garlic chopped. So we're going to brown this for a little, and then we're going to add 2 red onions that I also chopped, and we're going to just saute this until it is brown. So as you can see, after a few minutes it is already cooked, and then we're going to add the chicken broth that we have cooked a while ago. Okay, so we're going to just wait for this to boil. Now that the chicken broth is boiling again, we now add 5 tablespoons of oyster sauce. And then we add 1/2 cup of soy sauce. And we're going to just mix and combine them together. Okay, so after that, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of white sugar. After mixing them up, we now add the stir-fried chicken breast and chicken liver that we did a while ago. Then we're going to add cracked black pepper. After a few minutes, our broth is boiling again, and then we're now ready to add our cornstarch slurry. The cornstarch, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch plus the 1/2 cup of water. And we're going to combine this again. Cooking pancit canton or chicken chow mein is really a labor of love, since this is really a very long process. And we're now going to taste this, and the broth is already good, and the broth is a little bit syrupy. And now we're ready to add our pancit canton noodles that we soaked a while ago. And from here on, this will going to be a very fast mixing to prevent our noodles and vegetables from overcooking. Now add 1 stalk of leeks sliced. Then we immediately add all the vegetables we stir-fried a while ago. And we're now ready to serve this. As you can see, it is so fun plating our dish because of the colorful vegetables that we added. And there's the pugo eggs or the quail eggs, and there's slices of calamansi or lemon juice. So now this is our finished product, my Pinoy-Chinese style saucy pancit canton or chicken chow mein. I hope you love this episode, and I hope you also try this at home. Till our next episode, bye!